Ooh, now is that close to Fort Lauderdale? Because I've been to Fort Lauderdale. Thank you, Greta. Thank you so much. Come on in, everybody. Good morning. We've made it to hump day. Today is Wednesday, April the 9th, 2025. Oh, yeah, sorry. Paula's Paws is in the house. Good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness. You guys, we made it till Wednesday. Oh my gosh, we're halfway there, We work 5 days, sometimes 6, just to get that 1 day or 2 off on the weekend or at another time. So if this is your Friday, I'm jelly, and if Friday's your Friday, we're almost there. Good morning, Christy. Come in, start tapping, because tapping is clapping. Let's get some folks in here this morning. I believe in you. I'm going to give you a goal. Let's get 300 viewers in here, and I don't know how we're going to do that. It's just a goal here. I would like to see 300, thank you, Paula's Paws, folks in here listening to me talk about true crime. It's just a matter of growing and a matter of patience. But if you share it to your friends, share it to people who may not even know I exist, maybe they'll like it and they'll share it and they'll share it and so on. Or maybe we can get it to the FYP somehow. Hey, Amy, good to see you. Come on, so a lot of that is tapping. I don't know. We might have to get hundreds of thousands of taps in there. I mean, how are your fingers feeling right now? Are they feeling tappy? Does tappy make you happy? Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see you. Good to see you this morning. What's up, Sophie? There you go. FYP it. Does that work? I don't even know how it works. All I'm knowing is, let's get some folks in here. Amy says, I used to watch you with Sebastian case. Oh my goodness, Amy. Well, thank you. Well, the Sebastian case, I don't have any recent updates other than, that car that they saw on video at 3 a.m. they're claiming is an Uber car or a DoorDash delivery, and some say the car has been impounded. You may know more than me, but the reward is grown into 6 figures. I believe Dog the Bounty Hunter is still involved. I've not heard for him. But the problem with Sebastian Rogers is people are afraid to look. People are afraid to talk. People are afraid to do videos because they don't want to get sued by At Night Productions. I mean, some people are out of hand, yeah. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is people are just afraid to talk now. And I think all the drama left this baby unfound. Like it contributed to the unfoundingness of this child, who, by the way, is still out there. Something happened to him. Something happened to Sebastian. He didn't just disappear out of nowhere. Thank you. At Night, it's that I don't really understand. I think they're they're called At Night Productions or whatever. And Dog the Bounty Hunter and them and Seth Rogers and whatnots sued a bunch of true crime creators, and it just caused havoc. Hey, Willow Dude, it's good to see you in here, friend. And so the point of that is just now I feel like people got scared and people stood it up, and didn't want to go look for him and whatnot. So, their private investigator, they released that footage of that figure walking down the street. You guys remember this back in February. Hi, Butterfly Angels, good to see you. I was scrolling through and saw you as a line this morning, and I was so excited about that. Thank you, Amy. And I will go back to Hendersonville and cover this if anything breaking happens. But the Hendersonville Police Department is saying there's no relevance to that video of that shadow walking down the street during what I call the witching hour. And in the Sebastian Rogers case, there's a witching hour that starts at 3 a.m. It's like 3 to 4 a.m. That's when all of the suspicious things happen. You got a car going over here. You got two lights walking over here. You got a dark figure walking down the street, leaving from the Sebastian home, walking on Kellen Lane near his residence. But the Sumner County Sheriff's Office is like, sorry, that has no relevance. And I don't see how it has no relevance. I don't understand how they did not go into the neighborhood and figure out who the dark figure was. Is it a ghost? Is it Sebastian? Is it the person who came to get Sebastian? So to me, that's not resolved. Right, Willow Doodle. And I noticed that Sebastian Rogers was taken from the Amber Alert. I don't see him on there anymore. Unless they've updated it. And I don't understand it because he's still missing. He's still missing. I thank you guys for tapping. We are already at 20,000 likes. And we have 100 souls in this room. 200 souls to go. Let's get 300 folks in here. Let's get rolling. Now, the FBI's reward still is maxed there at $50,000, but Dog the Bounty Hunters added some, and you know to call TBI. And I believe his family done a recent video saying that they were really still hopeful for his return. So that's where we're at. It's been over a year. What's up, Miss Press? Good to see you. Do a poll. Okay. I don't think anybody in here got an Amber Alert because they're all over the country. I don't think they got an Amber Alert. I got an Amber Alert when it happened because I live in the area. Well, within a few hours. Thank you, Wishes and Wings. My eyeshadow is from Adriana Nicole. It's in the gold palette box in my TikTok shop. It's in my palette. She has a gold palette. I should have brought it in here. But for some reason, it won't let me pin it. But if you go to my TikTok shop and look, it's like one of the latest things I added to it. It's a gold palette by Adriana Nicole. River Girl says, I think I may have heard where something's going to be aired on TV. Oh my. You mean like a new interview with Chris and Katie Proudfoot? I hadn't heard that one. Thank you, Butterfly Angel. I appreciate that. The latest update I see as far as the news here was, gosh, that was a long time ago. Never mind on that. Let me go to Google and make sure that I've not missed anything in regards to Sebastian Rogers. So NBC News released an article 6 days ago, it looks like. No flyers. That's true. I've been to a few airports since he went missing and I did not see any flyers. But I'll read you this article by NBC News by Anna Turning, released on April the 3rd, 2025. Katie Proudfoot recalls the evening of Sunday, February the 25th, 2024, as a typical one at home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Her 15-year-old son, Sebastian Rogers, got ready for bed around 9 p.m. and said, I love you to his mom and the two dogs and headed to his bedroom for the night. Katie remembers hearing a noise come from Sebastian's room around 10 p.m. I hollered out to him and he answered me, Katie said. I didn't think a whole lot about it. An hour later, Katie went to bed. She had no idea her life would be so very different in the morning. Monday morning, Katie went to her son's room. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning when I went to wake him up for school, she said. I went in his room and I was like, dude, time to get up. Normally he will turn around and look, and he didn't, and I realized he wasn't in his bed. The following moments, every parent's worst nightmare. Thank you for the heart, me. I looked everywhere in and around the house and I couldn't find him, Katie said. I checked his bathroom and he wasn't in there. And I was like, okay, well, maybe he went to the kitchen. Maybe he got up before me. By the way, I think you have to pass through the kitchen, right? From Katie's bedroom to go to Sebastian's bedroom. If I remember the layout right. Hey, Green Eyes. Green Eyes says, I heard a thud in my 16-year-old room last night. However, I went to make sure things were okay. Correct. Yeah, so a lot of people feel like she should have walked over there and opened the door. So she couldn't find him. She gets in her car. She drives around. We all know this story. I was in my car and I stopped to ask one of the ladies walking her dog, this is Katie, saying she was like, no, I haven't seen him. And I literally started to kick in at that point. Katie says she then headed to Sebastian's school and got on a 3-way call with Chris and the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. By the time she got there, she was told to turn around and head home because law enforcement was headed to their house. It was just like more and more people were coming and looking everywhere. And every time someone came back and they didn't have him, Katie couldn't finish the thought. Sebastian is on the autism spectrum. You wouldn't recognize him as a special needs person by just looking at him, Katie said. He is smart, capable, functional, but he does have areas that he struggles in. Katie told Dateline that Sebastian does respond differently in different situations. He does have that sensory issue with loud noises, specifically like spontaneous ones, so he does avoid sudden loud noises. He hates bugs and would avoid area where he saw one, and he loves water and swims like a fish. So, some clues there that we've probably heard before. First of all, they've searched the ground. Good morning, Melissa and Zoe. Within 10 miles of his home. And in that radius, they've had ground searches, aquarium searches, water searches, and there's still people who search the waters and whatnot. It's nothing. There's just nothing. Sheriff Etta Craddock told Dateline in the TBI newsroom that morning, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office issued a missing persons report to begin efforts. They done the Amber Alert, and thank you, Butterfly, and they done the all the stuff you can think of. They put up a headquarters. They started searching right away. But Katie believes that wherever he went, she, quote, said he had every intention of coming back home. He was excited to take agriculture classes at school. They actually have animals in the school, and he was excited for that. And Sheriff Craddock wants to assure the public that the investigation into Sebastian's disappearance is still active and ongoing. He quoted, "Our team is committed to following every lead, analyzing every piece of evidence, and uncovering the truth about what happened to Sebastian Rogers." He wrote in a statement to Dateline, quote, "We understand the community's deep concern and the desire for answers, and we share that concern." Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Brandy, for the sparks. Thank you. However, he says, thank you, Greta. Thank you for that heart. However, he says, I urge everyone to rely on a verified information from law enforcement rather than online speculation. Misinformation can hinder the investigation and distract from our efforts to bring Sebastian home. The sheriff would not comment on whether authorities suspect foul play or have any other persons of interest in the case. Our priority, he said, is finding Sebastian and bringing resolution to his family and his community. He wrote, if you have any credible information, we ask that you come forward and report it to the proper authorities. Together, we can seek the truth. At the time of his disappearance, Sebastian was 5'5" and 120 pounds. He would be 16 years old today. He has brown eyes, blonde brown hair, and was last known to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and black framed glasses. The prophets believe Sebastian may have not been wearing shoes when he disappeared, because they remember this. They said every pair of shoes was there. They noticed that he took a flashlight with him. And so for an autistic teen who is afraid to step on the ground, right, or doesn't like stepping on the ground without shoes, that's very peculiar to me. So that's the latest update. That is from NBC just a few days ago. That's the latest update in the Sebastian Rogers case. The family is still hopeful. He is still missing. And I'm praying that there's a resolution to this, whether he walked off on his own and got in trouble, maybe with an animal, or he was kidnapped or otherwise. Okay, that's the latest update. We have already 40,000 likes, you guys, rocking it out. Rocking it out. Rocking it out. Come on, you guys rock. A. Griffin said, would he have made noise or burst out without shoes? Well, we don't know what the thump is, but I believe the thump is unrelated. I believe this happened around 3 a.m. just because of all of the other things. It's just too much of a coincidence that it happened during the same hour. That's my personal opinion. Nobody knows for sure. And so the window wasn't open. It wasn't ajar. It wasn't anything, but he definitely could have opened the window and went out that way. Now remember, the front door was locked from the inside. It was deadbolted from the inside, and he doesn't have a key. Please give a heart, me, and gain and claim your level up points. Aw, thank you, Butterfly Angel. Yes, if you got heart, means send them your way. It's wanting me to start a flash go, so let's go ahead and do it. Oh, it's heart puffs. I need 40 different people to send one heart puff each. I don't know why we do these things. It doesn't do anything, but like, yay, we done it. Like it should give us something cool, like a sticker or something like that, but it doesn't. We do it anyway. Oh my goodness, we are almost there. We have 130 souls in the room. Oh man, we're going. Almost to 30 heart puffs already. Ooh, we got this one under control. What flash go? What? Thank you guys so much. Hey Zoe, thank you for sending that. Thank you. Thank you for the heart me. Hey Nancy, thank you. Oh my goodness, Tara and Sarah, both rhyming. Christine and Coco Puff, thank you so much. Mama River, you guys support me so much. Thank you, Darla Ann, Ruby Ann. Tabitha, wow, Butterfly Angel in the house giving me some heart puppies. Thank you. Oh, there's my baby, Kaylee. Hi, Kaylee. Everybody say, hey, Kaylee. I'm finding my button. There's my baby, Kaylee. I opened up my book of faces today, and I come across a memory. This is my baby, Kaylee, when she was playing softball growing up. Kaylee, do you remember this picture? And Kaylee, I have this one too. I found this one. Hold on, this is a good one. Look at my baby. All grown now, 22 years old now. Married and got her own life. I get lonely. I get lonely. I get lonely. But I know that you love me and I love you too. Hey, Gail. Gail from across the pond is in the house. Well, they say you raise them to leave you. But I'm going to see her this weekend, though. So, I'm early. Did the time change? It is 10:55 a.m., ain't it? Krista, thank you for the heart puff. I don't even know. Oh, 35 heart puffs. We only need 5 more heart puffies. 5 more heart puffies. And we're at 46,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 50,000 pretty quickly. I have a lot of true crime updates for you today. One of the things I want to talk about, and I'm supposed to be talking with the attorney for Audrey Wu's family this evening about her disappearance and how can I help and the whatnots. Back here is a picture of Audrey Wu in case you need a refresher. I'm going to do a video obviously, but this is getting, I mean, it started out serious, but I mean, it's getting real bad now. It's getting real bad. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, butterfly. Thank you, Gail. Achieved. We achieved the 40 heart puff challenge. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Today's live goal is 10 of these hearts. I love you hearts, and we already have 6 of the 10 if you want to throw a heart. And I want to remind you, my friend Dana, if you guys know Dana, let me go to trees. Her daughter has just been diagnosed at 22 years old, by the way, with a rare form of lung cancer, stage 4. And why can't I find this? Is it 4 R's on the end? I can't really see. Does anybody know what that Cash App was? I can see it's Money Madison Law TE 1, 2, 3, 4 R's, I think. I think it's 4 R's. Four R's. Okay, gotcha. So, do I have a mod in here? Can somebody type that out? It's money sign Madison Law, TERRRR. There you go. Thank you, Sarah. I'll pin it. If you can. And also, Tree's having a fundraiser tonight. She's having a fundraiser tonight from 6 p.m. to 7. Did I get the time right? I think it's... Oh, Lord. Let me make sure. I got to get my stuff together.
April 10th, which is tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're all going to show up and show...
At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you go over to Trees. If you see this later or whatnot, I'm going to post this video on YouTube. And if you can give anything to this right here, that'll help with their travels and whatnot. I think she's going to be entered into some sort of trial in Texas or whatnot. So please keep her in your prayers. Cannot imagine 22 years old, folks, diagnosed with that rare form of lung cancer, stage 4. I'm shocked. I don't know exactly what kind it is, but I'm just completely shocked, and I know her family must be too. She's getting a blood transfusion. Thank you, Just a Girl. Thank you. So yes, if you can, y'all send anything to that, please do so. It's very shocking. I think she said only a handful in the country get this. Yeah, and Dana's been real sweet. She's been real sweet to me from day one. She put together the micro visual on the beach and everything. So we need to support her through this. We have 51,000 likes and 130 souls in the room. Keep tapping because tapping is clapping. We don't have any drama going on. We have no drama going on right now. So, do I need to say drama over here? Come on over here. I don't know what to do, but keep tapping because tapping is clapping. Gail says, is there any way of getting Dana's PayPal? I can't use Venmo or Cash App. I don't know if she has a PayPal, but I can find out. I can text her. If anybody else knows, please let me know, and I will be glad to share that, of course. She's making one today. Thank you, Just a Girl. Thank you. So, Gail, we can tag you probably in Discord when it's created. I said the word drama and we dropped down one person. You gotta fight for your right to have viewers. Oh my goodness. Attorney Allie, if you guys haven't followed her, Attorney Allie is her name. She's going to call me after court today. So, we're supposed to talk this evening. Thank you, Beast. Thank you so much for that. But I wanted to get you familiar with the Audrey Wu case because I'm going to start really focusing my efforts on trying to find this child. She's 14 years old, I believe, 14. And I'm just going to kind of give you this timeline, okay? I'm just going to kind of give this to you. This all started, I think over the summer of 2024, this started when they got her a cell phone. You get your kid a cell phone, teens, they need to call you when you need to pick them up and whatnot. No, nothing out of the ordinary there. But in the months prior to her going missing, she got a boy at school to give her a phone, to give her one to use, in addition to the one she had. So, in January, when this happened, what she done was she created a hotspot. Yes, she created a hotspot to get on the internet when she's not supposed to be. Her parents noticed a huge data hotspot usage. Then that's when they discovered this other phone. January the 10th, 2025 comes around. Aubrey has a quiet dinner with her parents, though she's been grounded. Around 6 o'clock that day, her parents go to bed. And then she sneaks out of her house through a window. Somehow, in this little bitty square that is only big enough for like a fan. January the 11th, 2025, police come there. They're trying to figure out what's going on. The parents are trying to contact friends and whatnot. The family reviews security footage and discovers that Aubrey went out of the window, so we know this for sure. Right, Allie? I agree with that totally. So Friday night rolls around. This is the day she went missing. Around 9 p.m., a woman encounters Aubrey on the street in Whitehall Township, Pennsylvania. Whitehall Township, about 30 minutes from her house. So this is the same night, Friday night. She's made it 30 minutes. Yes, she definitely had a plan, Taylor. She had a plan. 30 minutes. Then she hitchhiked near the Ormond Quarry. Hi, Chastity. Good morning. It's good to see you. Hi, Christy. Thank you for being a subscriber, and I hope you'll stay. We have 56,000 likes and 140 souls in the room. Now, when she was seen on surveillance video the next day on Saturday, she had on black yoga pants, white Billie Eilish sneakers, a gray beanie, and carrying a bag with some items that she hadn't left home with yet. So you have to remember, this has now been over 3 months. What? Hold on a minute. January, February, March, April. 3 months now. 3 months now. We're coming up on this child missing, and there's no sign of her other than the little clues that we have surrounding her disappearance. The woman who initially took Aubrey in, which is the older woman, who, by the way, said that the police searched her home at least 10 times. She's saying, I don't have her. I had her temporarily, and I drove her to her boyfriend's house, and I dropped her off because she told the older woman that she was being physically abused, which, according to the parents, is not true. The boyfriend's mother refuses to let Aubrey stay. Now, here's where I have a problem with the boyfriend's mother. Instead of just not letting her stay, she didn't say, sit still and I'm going to call your parents to come get you. The boyfriend's mother was like, get out. "14 years old? I'm really upset over that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Following her disappearance, Aubrey's parents, they learned about a significant amount of data, like I said, and then they discovered the other phone. They tried to talk to the boyfriend. They're given the runaround. You know, the boyfriend's like, oh, she was here, she wasn't. No, I don't believe they have. I don't think they've searched the boyfriend's house at all. Melissa says, so my coworker found out that the stepdad has lost his job due to the stalking of them, that they've been stalked. On her social media, they discover older males have been trying to talk to her as well. I don't know if there's a distinct connection with the people that she talked to, but it's just kind of discovering that all of this has been going on. Now, John is actively involved in this search. There's been some situations, okay? I feel like these are just parents who are absolutely worried to death. Absolutely worried to death about their kid. Melissa says, no, that he was stalking the older lady. Oh, God, yeah. I did hear about that. And people were trying to help find her. Thank you, Beast. I did hear that he had a stalking charge or something against the woman who supposedly drove Aubrey to the boyfriend's house. I really don't have a statement on that because I don't understand the full story yet. I don't know why his job would let him go right now when there's a child. I mean, I know that his job wants to protect their reputation and they want him to be held accountable, I guess, if he done it. But really right now, they're looking for their baby. You gonna take their job away right now? That's really bad. It is heartbreaking. So you can see there's a $7,000 reward right now. The last time she was seen is in Whitehall, Pennsylvania on January the 11th, 2025. Here we are 3 months later. Where is this child? Taylor says, you don't know all that stuff on a phone without never having one. She has big plans. Melissa says, it's so heartbreaking because she was possibly trafficked by the mom. By the mom of the boyfriend? Which mom? Oh gosh, it's just heartbreaking. I mean, I don't know what to do other than do videos and just keep putting it out there. Putting it out there. On February the 25th, though, it was featured on Crime Online's Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. Did you guys watch the Nancy Grace interview? Which is, you know, she has her own podcast and she's on Sirius XM. Nancy Grace, they had experts like Karen Stark, child grooming expert Anna Sonata, and survivor advocate Alicia Kozak. They discussed the evidence of online luring. The parents discussed how, based on her secret social media, she could now be, they quote, anywhere now from California to Saudi Arabia. That's a telling statement. You know, the parents aren't denying here that something is terribly wrong as far as there's no more sightings, you know. If she's in a Wawa, if she's with the homeless population, if she's with a friend, you know, within 90 days, usually there is a sighting. For there to be no sign whatsoever is a troubling thing to think about. They publicly voiced fears that Audrey was trafficked after being groomed by a predator. Now, if they have her social media, and I don't know, right? That was an odd thing to say. California to Saudi Arabia, and they're on the East Coast, but you know, being in their position, I don't know. Being under that kind of pressure, I don't know. And it's absolutely true. She could be anywhere. Odd thing to say, but you know. They talked about a cease and desist letter that was sent to the Wu German family by an attorney for the Finstermeister family, the lady, the people whose Aubrey visited on January the 10th, the 11th. The letter, dated February the 25th, accuses the parents of spreading false defamatory claims online, such as alleging that they harbored Aubrey or trafficked her to Colorado, and demands that they stopped doing so. Tensions between the distraught family and individuals cross paths with Aubrey are escalating. Now, here's my question. Why Colorado? I've got some questions for the attorney. That's going to be one of them. Why would they think or feel like Colorado might be in play, you know? Obviously, the police are treating this as a runaway. They're treating it as a runaway. Because she wasn't seen getting pulled into a car or whatnot. Taylor says, so you know where the data from the hotspot came from. Then she was. Did y'all sense the threat and did not do anything the first time? Right. That's my question. At this point, I'm going to ask the attorney, where are we in the investigation with the hotspot? What data do we see? What do we know? They're calling... Volunteers from Voices, Hearts, and Hands are an online community. They're now calling themselves Aubrey's Army. and they coordinate efforts by a book-face group called Audrey's Not Found, which I'm a part of. So if you're not a part of that, go on the book-face and search for it, okay? They have $7,000 in reward money, $5,000 of which was anonymously donated. Got you. Thank you, Stoner. The older lady has land in Colorado, so that's the connection. Thank you, Stoner. Yes, you're right, Taylor. You can. So a couple of weeks ago, a significant lead came into light involving a known offender from the Easton area. A nonprofit group called Child Safety Soldiers, which works with law enforcement to expose the predators, revealed that their investigation found evidence of months-long predatory communication specifically directed at Aubrey by a 22-year-old man named Czar Shamar Gibson. Gibson, a registered Tier 1 offender in Pennsylvania, allegedly had been grooming Aubrey online for months. 4 months. Sending her images, trying to arrange in-person meetings, and violating his parole. Shane Cole, the founder of Child Safety Soldiers, states that forensic analysis of Aubrey's online accounts confirms extensive contact from Gibson, who was targeting her. The revelation is alarming if it's true. It provides a concrete suspect who might have enticed Aubrey to run. But as of March the 14th, police have not charged him in connection with her disappearance. It says they've not charged him, but it doesn't say they've cleared him. Did they clear him? We would have heard. We would have definitely heard by now. And I want to know where he was at on January the 11th, 2025. Where was Mr. Gibson? So that day, the parents are finding out all of this stuff. Well, hello, Sadie. We have a visitor on the show today. Are you coming to say hello? Tell him hello. So they're dealing with this stuff. Hey, she said on my notes. Why do cats do that? Oh my goodness. Anyway. So you're right. John, the stepfather, was charged with harassment. I didn't know that he had lost his job, but he had been charged with misdemeanor harassment by Pennsylvania State Police. The court documents show in late February an angry stepfather mounted a one-man harassment campaign online against this lady who apparently had taken her to the boyfriend's mother's house. Despite warnings from the detective to leave her alone on February the 17th, and even an FBI agent to stop the actions, he had persisted in posting the family's personal information and making aggressive statements in the Aubrey's Not Found group, which he totally has the right to do. Totally has the right. Listen, we can't understand what it's like to be in these parents' position, to know that your child is out there, to know that she's probably being, you know what, you have your own book-face group. You can get mad if you want to. You know, that's just how I feel. He stated in one video, "You are going to be hunted by us and we will come after you. Everyone will know you are a kidnapping monster." And he directed that toward the lady. I think her name was Faye. I'm not sure. Yeah. Hey, voices. Oh no. Voices, we're praying for you. Everybody, Voices lost her grandchild. And so I'm so sorry that you're going through that, and my heart goes out to you. Miss Tranquility says, as a mom, I wouldn't be able to function knowing my baby is being hurt. Exactly. It sounds like, you know, he would do just about anything to get his daughter back or to find out where she's at. Thank you for sharing the live, Haley. Come on in, tapping is clapping. We have 140 souls in the room and 60,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 75,000 likes. Today's live goal is 10 of these hearts, and we already have 8 of the 10. Just in case you can send one, please do so. It goes to help support the things that I do. If you would like to become a subscriber, we have 398 subscribers. We had 500 subscribers yesterday. And I'm appreciative of the 400, but we just can't stay up there, and that's okay. I would appreciate if we could make to 400 subscribers. That would be most appreciated. I've got some other things to tell you in a minute. Well, they just don't renew. They were either gifted or they canceled, or, you know, the purpose of gifting subscription is hoping that the person will renew it themselves and stay. And yes, I've built it smallly like that over time, but for the most part, they don't. I don't know what they want from me. What do you want me to do? You miss out on a lot on the Discord, hun. These stuff goes down in there all day. It's like Vegas, it never sleeps. Good morning, happy grandma. Oh my goodness. Now, Faye, remember, she's 77, this lady. And I don't know anything about this lady whatsoever. I'm sorry, she spoke with investigators. They didn't search. She spoke with them 10 times without an attorney, by the way. She's allowed searches of her home, and she's not had any contact, according to her, with Aubrey. Greta sent a subscription. Who got it? A. Griffin. Aw. A. Griffin. Welcome back to the SCF family. Here we go in April. April the 6th. You'll remember just a couple of days ago, there was a possible sighting, but that was false. Now, here we are 3 months later. According to her parents, Aubrey was in a fragile mental state around the time of her disappearance. In interviews, they said she appeared to be in the throes of a mental health episode and that's why she ran off. She had been under great stress due to the conflict over her internet use and felt socially isolated. And her parents reportedly expressed feelings of her being misunderstood and trapped. Oh, Lord, Carol, I don't know. I don't know who got your subscription, but somebody's a happy camper. Aw. A. Griffin got double subscription. She's got 99 problems, but a subscription ain't one. They said she also exhibited determination and savvy for planning her escape, waiting a moment she wouldn't be watched, packing a bag, coordinating with others, totally planned. So what do we do? That's okay, happy grandma. What do we do? Where do we go to look for Aubrey? Look at this mother's face. if you are in the Palmer Township area, Pennsylvania, anywhere through there, please keep an eye out for this young lady. You never know who's watching. There's 130 souls in here. You never know. You absolutely never know who's going to watch. Chastity says, so even with the information the police have, are they still treating it like a runaway? Yes. They sure are. And I hate that. They group runaway, 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 runaway. And they put a title on it to save money and resources. Because I guess statistics show most of the runaways come back. I don't know. It should be changed to an Amber Alert, because she's a child, she's missing, she could be trafficked. And that's a serious situation. It's not just about being a runaway anymore. It's about bringing the child back. And Robin says that as a runaway, they don't have to look as hard. It saves time and resources and effort, and that's why they do it. And that's why it's up to outside shows like mine, like Nancy Grace, like whomever, to get her face out there. The public. You can't depend on police resources. Taylor says, what do police stations decide to save money for? The things that actually happen. What is it? I don't know. Children should be our number one focus. Missing children. Yes, I agree, Happy Grandma. And that's why trafficking is out of control. Because the children are lost. They're lost. Robin says it's wrong to ever give up on a child, ever. But it happens. Right. Because they think they're at a friend's house just like at a runway. And maybe she is. I'm pretty sure they've checked all the friends' houses now. I'm pretty sure she's not there. Once they get so far, it's almost impossible to get them back. What can we do? What can we do? Yes. Yes. Okay. Categorize her as a runaway for a few days. Now what? What do we have to do 3 months later? It's called an Amber Alert. And I feel like the rules need to be changed. And there's a lot of arguments and a lot of political arguments over the way that the Amber Alert is handled. But in my opinion, it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It helps. Right, Robin? Right. Remember my 15-year-old great niece went missing last July. Took like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, something like that, to figure out she was at a friend's house. Here we are 3 months later. They talk about within the first 48, but here we are now 90 days in. Where is she? Thank you for sharing the live, Carol. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think the specific quote was, the case does not meet the criteria for the Amber Alert as it appears she left voluntarily. Yes, she did. Now let's bring her home. Thank you, happy grandma. We are at 71,000 likes. We have 130 souls in the room. The other true crime updates I have for you this morning, I have an update on the Caleb Collins case. Who remembers the missing baby Caleb Collins? Let me pull up a picture for you. If I don't have it, I'm going to Google it right quick. Do y'all remember Caleb Collins? Taylor says, kids should have the option of leaving. Right, exactly. Thank you for answering. If you guys remember the story, we'll have an update on the story today. Just as a recap for those of you who are in here who don't remember, Caleb Collins has not been seen since September the 4th, 2024. Okay, there was a car accident on December the 8th, 2024 in Fayette County, Alabama, where the father was driving. He was going like 92 miles an hour. They wreck. It takes the life of him and the daughter. I think she was maybe like 3, maybe 2 or 3, the daughter. And the mom, Wendy Bailey survived with injuries, but survived. On December the 11th, 2024, they arrested the grandfather. They arrested him because the baby wasn't reported missing, even though he had not seen the baby since September. And they all lived in the same house. Hey, Carla, good to see you. Thank you for being in here. It's near your hometown. So December the 11th, the grandfather, John Elton Bailey, goes to jail. When the mother, Wendy, is able to, she's also detained and sent to jail. There was a huge, massive search. Carla probably saw it, probably drove by the house, tried to find the baby, put up tape, looked for him. Court records came out and showed just how badly this baby was allegedly abused, maybe even hung. They never found the baby. Today's update is they were supposed to have a preliminary hearing this morning. However, it was canceled because the grand jury has already indicted them. The grand jury has already indicted them. So they didn't need a preliminary hearing today. It was scheduled for 9 o'clock this morning. Someone said they were going to kind of hang around and see if they said anything or have any updates for the case. But basically what's going to happen next they have to have an arraignment. And that has not happened yet, and there is not a scheduled date. I agree, Carla. So the arraignment. Now here's why hasn't Wendy, or apparently the Wendy and the grandfather say they don't know where the baby is, that the father, who is now dead, took the baby off and hid the baby, you know? Speedy, from what I understand, it was testimony by Wendy. Testimony by the mother. I don't believe she knows either. I believe he really did take the baby to an unknown location where they couldn't figure out where he was. Text messages. Thank you, Casey. Pictures. So that's where we're at with the Caleb Collins case. We are waiting for the arraignment. And I just have a feeling that we're just not going to find him. Evil ones, Pams. Evil. You wonder how evil people even survive in the mix of good, but they do. Let me go to Google. I've got to get this picture for you all. I forgot to get this picture. But there is one more story that I need to tell you about, because this one is the one I'm going to be doing a video on next on my TikTok, okay? Okay. Okay. This young lady here, I have to tell you about this, okay? This is serious. Lesbia Malith Ramirez Guerrera, 23 years old, from Waldorf, Maryland. We are in Waldorf, Maryland. If you live in this area, I have no idea what city it's close to. I mean, I just have zero. Detectives are now saying that foul play is suspected, in the disappearance of this 23-year-old young lady. She was last seen the evening of March the 31st at her home on Adams Court, where she lived with several people, including her boyfriend, who, by the way, is also the father of her 2 children, and who, by the way, is the one who reported her missing. She wasn't reported missing until April the 2nd by that same boyfriend. So he lives in the home with her. She's missing for 3 days, and then he decides to report it. But when detectives started to investigate, they found something at her house the very next day that raised red flags. They haven't released specifics, but they say the activity was unusual and suspicious. So I don't know if they are now suspecting the boyfriend. El Cousin says it's a bit north of Baltimore, D.C. area. Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C. area. They got a search warrant and combed through the house, but Guerrero was nowhere to be found. One key piece of evidence, a red Toyota 4Runner, a family vehicle that was parked outside of the home on April the 2nd, say that it could be connected to her disappearance. And let me show you that photo. Of course it would give me the smallest photo ever. Okay, here's the car. There's the car right there. They believe that this is involved in her disappearance because it was spotted outside of the home. And here's where things get even more suspicious. During the search of her home, police found federal documents belonging to the boyfriend, and they appeared to be fake. ICE was contacted to verify his identity, and it turns out the documents were counterfeit, and he was not in the United States legally. So now the boyfriend is in ICE custody. She hasn't been found. And Yeah. They suspect foul play. So, kind of like in the Mom to Bot case, remember Mom to Bot? There was some time there before she was reported missing where she was actually missing, kind of the same thing. But he's in ICE custody, so listen. They're going to have to connect it to him, or they're going to have to deport him back to where he came from, and he'll probably come right back in the country. It is this lady, 23 years old. Her boyfriend reported her missing 3 days after she actually went missing. And this is out of Waldorf, Maryland, which is kind of north of Baltimore, from what I'm hearing. So she is the mother. They have children together. Thank you, Greta. But he wasn't in the country legally. So now he's in ICE custody. Think back. There's some cases tied where this is going to become another hot topic. Immigration and immigration status and whatnot. Her name is Lesbia, Lesbia, Mileth, Mileth, from Ramirez, Ramirez, Guerrera, Guerra. She has children with the boyfriend. He's now in ICE custody. She has children with the boyfriend. And I'm not clear of their ages just yet, but she's 23, so I'd say they're young. They're very young. Oh, somebody just sent me a message on the Book of Faces. Let's see what's going on. Oh, no, this is... I get messages on Skype and whatnot. Hey, Sweet Pea. Oh, you're sending me, what? Oh, is this another case? Okay, you're sending me a case from your hometown. Okay. All right. Sweet Pea has sent me a message about someone missing in her hometown. So let's talk about it, okay? Very important. Just let me email myself this photo and I'll tell everybody about it, okay? I am, Casey. I am. It's the new house. I got a TV and my sign and a shelf. Yes. I'm so happy to be settled. I mean, we're still moving stuff in, but for the most part, we're settled. And I'm so happy it's over and I don't have to be displaced and worried about it anymore. Okay, Sweet Pea, you're welcome, Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea has sent me this information about this young lady. I know you can't see that really good, but let's see what they're saying about her. This is Kristen Elizabeth Elliott, 14 years old, was last seen around 2:30 a.m. Tuesday at her home on Old Chattanooga Valley Road in Flintstone. She's 5'3" and 130 pounds with red hair and hazel eyes. If you have seen her, contact Brandon Barkley, bbarkley@walkerso.com. So 2:30 a.m. on Tuesday, she was seen at her home on Old Chattanooga Valley Road in Flintstone, Georgia. So this is, her name is Kristen, 14 years old, Kristen. No, Lesbia's kids are not missing from what I understand. I don't know who has them. I don't know who else lived in the home with them, but those children are not missing. let me Google to see if I can get any additional information on her. I just grabbed the news headline this morning, although I've been hearing about this case now for some days. I just haven't done a news story on it just yet. Let's listen to this newscast. This was yesterday.
Police in Charles County are searching for a missing mom of two. 23-year-old Lesbia Ramirez Guerra has been missing for more than a week. The Charles County Sheriff's Office tells our Leslie Moreno that detectives suspect foul play may be involved. She is live in Waldorf with the very latest on search efforts there. Leslie?
Yes, Ronia, we just spoke with the Charles County Sheriff's Office. They tell us they have crews actively searching for that missing mother. We also just spoke with her manager at McDonald's, where she's worked since 2019. That manager tells us that her family, the relatives, as well as her dad and her brother are also in the area searching for any clues. The search continues for a missing mother of two young children, 23-year-old Lesbia Ramirez Guerra from Waldorf, Maryland.
The victim is a mother. She's a daughter. She has friends. According to everybody that we've talked with, she's very much loved, and we just want to locate her.
The Charles County Sheriff's Office says Guerra was last seen on March 31st at the house she shares with several people, including her boyfriend, who is the father of her children. The house is on Adams Court in Waldorf. The Sheriff's Office says her boyfriend reported her missing on April 2nd. The Sheriff's Office says there was unusual and suspicious activity at the couple's home involving this red SUV the day after she went missing.
The family vehicle, which is a Toyota 4Runner, it's a red Toyota 4Runner, had been in her driveway on March 31st. And in between March 31st and April 2nd, somebody drove that vehicle to the back of the house and then drove it back out to the roadway. And for 2 days, it's unclear where that vehicle was or who was driving it, where it went.
Investigators say Guerra's boyfriend was taken into custody by ICE after discovering counterfeit federal documents. Authorities say he's in the...
Hold on. How do they know that the truck drove from the front of the house to the back of the house, but have no idea where the truck was in the next couple of days? Gotcha. So there was camera. Have they released the camera footage? I would be interested to see what has happened on the camera footage. Like, were they seen loading something up in the car?
States illegally. The Charles County Sheriff's Office says he is a person of interest. Detectives are now asking people in the area to check their home security cameras for any unusual activity.
Anything, any place that's remote, isolated, dirt roadways, anything that's just somewhat isolated, we're asking people, just check your cameras between March 31st and April 2nd and see if you see anything, especially if they see a vehicle resembling this that shouldn't be on that property.
Officials here tell us her two young children are safe. Her boyfriend remains in custody. But of course, if you have any information or any other details, make sure you contact the Charles County Sheriff's Office right away.
Simone, certainly hoping somebody can come forward like the...
Okay. So that's interesting. There's a lot more research to be done. I'm going to dig into this because she is somewhere. He has allegedly, in my opinion, taken her somewhere and done something with her. And what are the witnesses in the house saying? Right, Chastity? Where's the dagnab vehicle? Where's it at? Did it come back? Do they have it? And there's so many questions. Thank you. I made it myself. My friend does the DTF transfers, and I just put it on a shirt. It's really cute. Is the red? Yeah. So many questions. They found suspicious activity at the home, but they don't want to tell us what it is. The day after she was last seen, they're saying, is when the suspicious activity happened. I guess that they're talking about the vehicle, maybe. Oh, wait, I think, see, I don't have a picture of him, which is weird. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she has friends. According to everyone we've talked to, she's very much loved, and we just want to locate her, said Diane Richardson with the Charles County Sheriff's Office. Okay, there's a new mystery. I'm probably going to be putting a case in Discord over this. What year is her vehicle? I don't know exactly the year, but here's a picture of it from what I understand, or one just like it. Well, let me look at this article and see if it says what year. Just that it's a red Toyota 4Runner. Now, it being red, it should be easy to be spotted. I'm sure he is in ICE custody. Yeah. I mean, this is not hard to spot going around town, right? On cameras, I mean, it's a red, you know. Thank you, Darla. I appreciate that. Today's live goal is done. We made it. I was right in the middle of probably talking about something. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Let's do some corals. Coral. Thank you guys. And we have 123 souls in the room. Thank you for using your stickers, Darla. Thank you. We're at 85,000 likes. Let's make it to 100,000 likes. I know we can, darling. I know we can. Thank you, Ms. Pris, for using your stickers. I appreciate it. I appreciate all y'all supporting me all the time in Discord or wherever I'm at. But I wanted to talk to you about a few changes that may or may not be happening. Thank you, Julie Bean. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you are, oh wait, Chastity says it looks like a model that has been made within the last 5 years. It really does. Yeah. So it's not an older version. That's a good note to have. They do. I agree with Tranquility. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Grandma, because if he gets sent back and deported, we'll lose him in whatever information he has forever. You don't live with somebody and then wait 3 days for them to be and then to report them missing. Oh my God, the mailman's here. Hold on a minute. I gotta make sure he gets the damn mail. Okay, looks like he did. If you are due a package from me, it's being mailed finally. Mail has been in my mailbox all week with the flag up. The mailman did not come get it. So I was gonna throw down if he didn't get my mail out the damn mailbox. You can hear my dog. We're about to go all holler on him. Roscoe, quit barking. We have almost 90,000 likes. Come on. I know we can reach 100,000 likes and we have 128 souls in the room. Maybe he was sick. I don't know. You think they would send somebody on his route in place, right? Oh my goodness. It's been kind of a slow week, but I'm giving you true crime updates. You know, it's happening. It's happening. Roscoe, don't bark, buddy. Don't bark. Don't bark. No, Roscoe. No updates on Britt McGee other than his family is going to be coming back on the show. I'm going to try to book them for this Saturday. I don't think that's going to happen just because of our schedules. But I do believe a Saturday or Sunday coming up, the family will be back on for updates in the John Britt McGee case. If you're not familiar with John Britt McGee, go Google that and get familiar. Yeah, he had to have his last word. We are at 92,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100,000 likes before we go. Oh, really? They don't have to stop and get the mail if they don't have any mail for you? I thought they had to get the mail if the flag was up. Yeah, let's chill out with some waterfalls. Let's get to 100,000 before we leave. I'm not sure about the phone pings. I'm going to be interested to see if they have any data on that.